What makes a reverse backspin shot threatening? If you deliver it from back to front, you create this kind of spin. Basically, it's only backspin. No side spin. It's essentially just pure backspin. Rubbing the ball from back to front has no threat. Why is that? Why don't you serve it like this? Isn't it the same? Doesn't it mean your reverse spin has no threat? Where does the threat of reverse side spin serving lie? It lies in the side spin. You need to add side spin. Reverse backspin is a combination of side spin and backspin. If it's just pure backspin, the opponent can easily push it. It has no threat. Side spin alone is also ineffective, so reverse side spin backspin is a mix of side spin and backspin. That's what makes it threatening. Let's see the effect. Take a look at the slow motion. From this angle, you can see it rubs the right lower part of the shot. Look, as soon as she receives the shot, she's moving that way. She's trying to return your shot. And she also has to find a way to neutralize your side spin. At the same time, she has to counter your backspin. If it's just side spin, wouldn't a simple tap return it? See, when I combine the two, that's when it becomes threatening. To make reverse side spin backspin effective, the shot moves to the side. That's the threat. Let's do it again. This kind of shot dives down to the right as soon as it's touched. Let me teach you how I serve my reverse side backspin. First, the contact point. We hit the middle part of the ball, closer to the right side of the middle. This logo area, that's the middle contact point. Hit the middle part of the ball, toss the ball, raise your elbow and pull the wrist back. The wrist should retract to the rib area. Focus on striking the center of the ball. Brush downward. Raise your elbow during the backswing, then apply downward force. After brushing, apply a braking action. This creates a spin-intensive side under shot. Brushing the middle enhances deception. It confuses the opponent about whether it's a side top or side under spin. If I brush like this, look at this brushing motion. Everyone can see the brushing direction here. You can clearly tell it's an underspin shot. It's obvious it's an underspin shot. Avoid brushing in this direction. No matter how much spin you create, it's ineffective. When I brush in this direction, brushing downward along this path, if I focus more downward, it's underspin. If I lean more sideways, the shot turns into a topspin. From this angle, the spin isn't apparent. Can you feel it? Brush near the central right part of the shot. Raise the ball, lift the elbow, retract the wrist, then brush the shot center downward. Observe this serve. This is where the threat of the serve emerges. Feel it for yourself. If you brush the bottom of the ball, the underspin you generate will lack threat. It becomes too obvious to the opponent. I'll show you where to brush. Check out my explanation. Raise the ball, lift the elbow, retract the wrist. I brush in this direction. Brushing downward produces underspin. Forward, topspin, hit the ball center. Press downward. When brushing this point, the opponent can't discern the spin. When brushing the bottom of the shot, it's easy to identify. When I brush the top, it's clearly topspin. When I brush this point, from top to bottom at this point, and serve a backspin shot like this, it's harder for the opponent to see. Let's check this in slow motion. Toss the shot, raise the elbow, and pull back the wrist. Brush the center of the ball with downward force. This is how I move downward. It looks like topspin, but brushing downward creates backspin. This is backspin. Now, how to serve topspin? Let me show you. It's a very subtle motion. Let me serve one. Can you tell the difference? First, here's a backspin. Here's backspin. Now topspin. The motions are identical. Here's backspin. This is backspin. This is topspin. Can you tell the difference? Here's another backspin. Here's topspin. Watch closely. Can you identify the difference? The motions for topspin and backspin are almost identical. Here's backspin. Here's topspin. This is topspin. I'll grab two balls. Backspin. This is backspin. This is topspin. The motions are the same. When serving backspin, the wrist stays relaxed. You see, when my wrist relaxes, I can generate spin through friction. Look, this is a backspin shot. At the moment of hitting the shot, my wrist goes from relaxed to tight. That means my wrist relaxes, and the friction generates the backspin. You see, with the same motion, exactly the same motion. If my wrist is stiff, if I hold the paddle tightly, With the same motion, when I try to create friction, I can't produce backspin. Before making contact with the shot, the wrist must be relaxed. At the moment of friction, apply power, then stop the motion. For any kind of serve, if you want spin, you must use this method to create friction. Now let's start with a backspin shot. Let's see how I produce topspin. Grip the paddle a little tighter, and the wrist won't move as freely. By gripping the paddle firmly and using the same motion, you'll find the shot instantly becomes topspin. Now for a backspin shot. See if my motion is exactly the same. The contact point on the shot is also identical. Now backspin. Again, again, again. Backspin shot. Now topspin. Isn't the motion the same? Now backspin. Topspin. How is this done? When I produce backspin, my wrist is relaxed. When relaxed, I can generate more spin. Look at this motion. It generates spin. If my wrist is gripping too tightly, holding too rigidly, and too stiffly, then even with the same motion, I can't produce strong spin. By joining my membership, you can watch more than 10 videos in advance and access 30 professional tutorial videos by Fangbo. These videos cover everything from beginner basics to advanced techniques,
because it's possible for him to push it to your forehand area,
ensuring you'll find the skills you need. The cost ranges from $1 to $3, depending on your region. Thank you all for your support.